Excel saves its workbooks using a default file format that provides a smaller file size and better security than the format used in versions of Excel prior to Excel 2007. If you will be sharing your workbook collaboratively with others who need to use and edit the workbook with an old version of Excel, note that some of the newer features are not supported by old versions of Excel. Also, if you save an Excel workbook using the new Excel file format, it will not be able to be opened in previous versions of Excel unless the users of the older versions download a compatibility pack from Microsoft that allows them to open and edit the newer file format. In versions of Excel prior to Excel 2007, there were two basic file types. You can recognize each type by examining the file extension of the file. In versions of Excel prior to Excel 2007, there were .xls files, which were the workbooks, and .xlt files, which were workbook templates. Starting in Excel 2007 and continuing through the current version, you still have the basic distinction between workbooks and templates, but you now have another file distinction, whether or not the workbook or template can contain macros or code. This is simply noted by an additional letter in the file extensions used by the workbooks and templates. For the newer Excel file types, the .xlsx file type is the default Excel workbook file. This file is an Excel workbook that does not contain macros or code. When you use the Save As dialog box to save a workbook, if the Save As type field shows Excel workbook, this is the file type as which the file will be saved. In addition to this, you can also save a file using the .xlsm file extension. This is an Excel workbook that could potentially contain macros or code. This file extension naming structure also applies to workbook templates. A workbook template that does not have any macros or code uses the .xltx file extension, and a workbook template that does allow for the execution of macros or code uses the .xltm file format. If you are creating a workbook that needs to be opened or edited using an old version of Excel, you can save the file using the old .xls file extension, which is compatible with Excel 97 through Excel 2003. You can choose the file type by using the Save As type drop-down in the Save As dialog box. If you open an old 97 through 2003 workbook file in a newer version of Excel, Excel opens the workbook in compatibility mode. You will see the words compatibility mode shown in the title bar of the workbook if this is the case. In compatibility mode, Excel disables any features not supported by the older versions of Excel. That way, you can edit the workbook safely in Excel and save your changes in the original file format. This allows the creator or other editors using older versions of Excel to open and edit the workbook after you have made the changes. In contrast to this, you can open workbooks created in older versions of Excel and save them into the new Excel file format if you know they will no longer need to be opened and edited in an older version of Excel. If you are interested, Microsoft has a backwards compatible file converter that you can download from their website that allows the older versions of Microsoft Office 2000 and 2003 to open the new Excel files.